Today, I am proud to endorse Joe Biden for President of the United States because he will be an extraordinary president.
I'm not making these numbers up. Mine or not, let's make everything free for everybody all the time.
All tests are free. Free, free, free. All vaccines will be free.
He knows how to get the job done.
Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
When our nation faced the Great Recession, it was Joe Biden who led the implementation and the accountability of the Recovery Act, helping create and save millions of jobs.
150 million people have been killed since 2007.
When the Democratic Congress was passing the Affordable Care Act, Joe Biden was a partner for progress in the White House and also championed the cancer moonshot.
Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
When the Trump administration...
This is a cover-up by the Republicans to protect President Trump in this investigation.
...launched its campaign to destroy every last benefit and protection of the ACA, Joe Biden has been with us every step of the way.
Kinds of things that have to be done. There's during World War II, where Roosevelt came up with a thing that was totally different than he called it the World War II. He had the War Production Board.
And as we face coronavirus, Joe has been a voice of reason and resilience.
We gotta. It's just, but you gotta. I mean, we gotta reassure. Look, here, my message to.
With a clear path to lead us out of this crisis.
I commend the gentleman from Maryland, Mr. Raskin, and the gentleman from Louisiana, the very distinguished gentleman from
Together, Joe and Jill Biden have taken their experience as a Blue Star family.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
I want to tell you about the Joe Biden I've seen working behind the scenes, hammering out solutions for the American people.
Qualifying, because I think qualifying is with what your intention is. He's an affectionate person to children, to senior citizens, to everyone. That's just the way he is, but that's just not the way. Join the Straight Arm Club with me, if you will. People's space is important to them, and what's important is how they receive it, not necessarily how you intended it.
A leader with the humility to seek expertise in science and the confidence to act upon it.
I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly. We're in a situation. The president asked me to head up a cancer moonshot.
And I've seen the pride that Joe took in President Obama and the deep respect that President Obama has for him.
A man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack Obama. His mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And although your mom's still alive as your dad passed. God bless her soul.
Joe Biden brings values and integrity to work every day.
If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330. We choose truth over fact.
Because he never forgets his roots. Joe Biden connects with the struggles facing working families.
You said I set up my son to work in an oil company. Isn't that what you said? Get your words straight, Jack.
So you're a damn liar, man. That's not true. And no one has ever said that. No one has.
Okay, I'm not going to get an argument, man. Well, yeah, you do, but look, Pat, look, here's the deal. Hold the book for me. All right, here we go.
You plan to not only keep us working, but how you intend on getting the union vote when there is a large portion of the union workers that are gun enthusiasts, and you are actively trying to diminish our Second Amendment right and take away our guns.
You're full of shit.
All right, thank you.
No, shush. I support the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment, just like right now, if you yell fire, that's not free speech. from the very beginning. I have a shotgun, I have a 20 gauge, a 12 gauge, my son's hunt. Guess what? I did not say that. That's not true. I did not say that.
It's a viral video.
It's a viral video like the other ones they're putting out. Your AR-14s are what.
Okay, this is not okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Hey, let's
You
get
went out
one
trying
more
to do
there.
the same thing to you.
There's a lot of guys.
Hey, you're...
You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying, dog-faced pony soldier. No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger. And so we have to just change the culture, period. Are you joking? No. Granddaughters not only love their dads, their grandpops, they always like them, and that's the great thing. Thank you, baby. Thanks.
Those families always come first.
My own grandson, he's Irish, English, whatever, and Italian American. He's the mix. But he looks more like the other side of the family, shall we say.
To 3 grandchildren who are in grade school who are engaged. I have 3 in college who are engaged, 4 in college who are engaged in distance learning. So that's 3. I said 3, there are 4 in college, 3 in grade school. I have 2 more. 1 more of them is also 5 in college. Same thing with the younger ones. And I have one who's graduated from college. He just finished his last course. The strategic thinking to bring our nation together and build a better, fairer world for our children.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
For these and other reasons, I'm proud to endorse Joe Biden for president.
Why doesn't he just act like a president? That's a stupid way to say it.
You know,
I guess,
Donald Trump was
really
asked on...
A leader who is the personification of hope and courage, values, authenticity, and integrity.
Eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth, $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it, it's so much. And by the way, it's cost a lot of money. It cost about $740 billion over 10 years.
With a Democratic majority in the House and Senate, we will deliver bold progress for the people when we have President Joe Biden in the White House. So please join me in supporting Joe and help move America forward.